this week on What's Cooking with Carolina Cooker. For recipes, visit carolinacooker.com.
All right, so I'm excited about this recipe. I've had this Cowboy walk from Carolina Cooker for a long time. My buddy Chris Carden found this recipe for Philly steak and cheese. We did it a couple weeks ago and fell in love, so we decided we want to share it with you. We got the Carolina Cooker 22-inch flat burner and the Carolina Cooker Cowboy wok. It's gonna be pretty good. So the first thing we're gonna do is get our bell peppers and our onions and get them chopped up and set them to the side. The next thing we're gonna do is cut these ribeyes as thin as possible. We have put them in the freezer for just a little while to make them a little hard so they'll cut a little better. Just like with any other steak, you gotta put good seasoning on it for it to be good. And I don't treat these Philly steaks no different than I do my plain on ribeye. So we're gonna put some salt, some Bada steak seasoning, which is my absolute favorite. I'm pretty heavy on it because it's awesome. Black pepper, coarse black pepper. And I've got sriracha seasoning that I put on it as well, and it just gives it a little bit of heat. All right, one of the first things I'm gonna do is get my meat on there. We did put a little olive oil and butter in there to make it right. I'm gonna go ahead and lay my bread on there to get them toasted. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my vegetables on the side because the sides are not hot, but they do keep things warm. All right, we got our vegetables cooked down, and all I'm gonna do now is take my meat and bring it back to the center. And like I said, these edges are not very hot. I mean, they're warm, but they're not hot. So we're just gonna mix this up real good, warm it up just a little bit more, and then we're gonna divide it into piles so I can put my cheese on there. And at that point, you can just scoop it up with a spatula and put it right on the bread. All right, I've learned from experience that you very well can't pick this whole thing up and eat it. So I'm just gonna cut mine in half. I'm gonna set this to the side. I promise you, you can't go nowhere and get a steak and cheese like that, and it looks like that, and it tastes like that. It's insane. For the equipment that you need to cook a great steak and cheese and the recipe to do it, carolinacooker.com.